Hello. Welcome to Mr. Ripka Reads Neruda during Corona. And I'm Mr. Ripka, and this is Pablo Neruda, and we are living in a time of Corona. And we have reached poem LXIII, poem 63. There are some beautiful, beautiful questions today that I thoroughly enjoy. I hope you do too. The questions bring up imagery of animals and plants. He seems to let go of the imagery of death that he has been speaking about and writing about for the last 3 or 4 poems. And these seem to be, once again, a little more childlike and lovely. So here we go, poem 63 in Español. ¿Cómo se acuerda con los pájaros la traducción de sus idiomas? ¿Cómo le digo a la tortuga en que yo le gano en lentitud? ¿Cómo le pregunto a la pulga las cifras de su campeonato? Y a los claveles que les digo agradeciendo su fragancia. Lovely, lovely images here. He loves birds. This is one thing I've realized in these 63 days of doing this. He loves birds. But then again, who doesn't love the birds? They chirp, they sing, they dance, they're beautiful. Of course, there are times where they defecate on your car or your jacket or something like this also. So I could see why someone perhaps would get a little upset with the birds, but oh, come on, birds. They're lovely. Yes, los pájaros, the birds. And here he's talking about the la traducción de sus idiomas, the translation of their languages. Ooh, bird songs, bird languages. And he's wondering cómo se acuerda. It's an interesting word. It really, after looking it up and exploring this word, comes from acordarse, meaning to remember. And so, ¿cómo se acuerda con los pájaros means something in a way, or like, how do the birds remember? Or literally, how is it remembered with the birds? But, of course, that sounds a little goofy. So, how do the birds remember the translation of their languages? Is the first question. ¿Cómo se acuerda con los pájaros? How do the birds remember? La traducción de sus idiomas, the translation of their languages. I wonder if the birds do have different languages, and who is the translator? Well, this translator, William O. Daly, did not translate that first question in the same way that we did. He translated it like this. How is the translation of their languages arranged with the birds? Which I guess says about the same thing. How do the birds remember the translation of their languages? How is the translation of their languages arranged with the birds? And perhaps both could be, both are correct in their own way. Acordarse has a few definitions, right? All right, let's go to number 2. So we had los pájaros, we had the bird imagery, and now we get back to the la tortuga. Oh, he loves the la tortuga. Also, that is, he loves the turtle. I remember him asking a turtle once, somewhere in the poem. I don't know if I'll be able to find it right this second. But he asked the turtle, I think some animal asks the turtle, what do you have under the hump? Maybe it was like a camel asking a turtle. Or was it the turtle asking the camel? At any rate, he did bring up a dromedary and camels before, and now he's bringing up the turtle. It says here, how do I tell the turtle? ¿Cómo le digo a la tortuga? How do I tell the turtle that I am slower than he? Oh, okay. Yo le gano en lentitud. Lentitud. That I win when it comes to slowness. Yes. I wonder if he's speaking literally slow, that is, walking more slowly, or metaphorically, like, I'm actually slower than he is in some other way. the old Tortuga. Kind of reminds me of the Achilles, the tortoise and the hare, or I guess Achilles and the turtle, but a tortoise and the hare, kind of old fairy tale or story that we used to be told about slowness and diligence makes for the champ there in the end, more so than just jetting out quickly and then petering out like the rabbit, or resting. I guess he didn't peter out, he kind of just rested on his laurels. But the turtle just keeps going. Maybe he's saying, Pablo Neruda is saying, I just keep going. I'm more slow than the turtle. Let's go to the next one. Como le pregunto, ask. That's what he's been doing. This is called El libro de las preguntas, the book of questions. A la pulga. How do I ask the flea? La pulga. I like that word, pulga. Pulga for flea. I feel like it's a little, it's a word that describes or feels like it should describe the flea. Pulga. It's like, get off me, pulga. All right. Las cifras de sus campeonato. But he's not saying, get off me, pulga. He's saying, how do I ask the pulga? How do I ask the flea for his championship stats? Yeah, that flea has some championship stats. He's a champion. He really does a lot of stuff. Buzzing all over, sucking this dude's blood, coming over to a cat, getting a little bit on the cat, going over to the dog and the birds and all that. This guy has some stats. He's been around. I wonder if they have competitions. You know, who sucked the most blood today? Or how many different blood did this one flea suck? Anyway, he's not asking that. He's asking, how do I even ask the flea for his championship stats? Woo! All right, last one, favorite one, especially for all you gardeners out there, or just anybody who loves to look at flowers, smell them, enjoy them. It's a good time to do this here as we are in late spring, midsummer, in the heat of the corona pandemic. Let's not forget about the flowers. The question is, or tell the carnations. It says, y a los claveles que les digo. So he's saying, or tell the carnations, is pulling the question from the previous. How do I ask the flea for his championship stats? Or tell the carnations, those beautiful flowers, those carnations. How do I tell the carnations that I am grateful for their fragrance? Ah, what a lovely question. There are many ways, huh? You could just look at it. Look at a carnation and enjoy it. Smell it. And just be like, thank you, carnation. Or you could write a poem about the carnation. Or you could paint the carnation. Or you could cultivate the earth and do more than just the carnation, but you could cultivate the earth and show by cultivating it and giving it soil and water and love how grateful you are for all plants and animals of the earth. Let's go ahead and go through these 4 questions all in an order so that you can have these for you to think about all day today. These are wonderful. I look forward to thinking about these questions throughout the day. I might even get out in my garden. Seems like a good place. Get out there, do a little digging, and think about these questions. Here we go. Poem LXIII 63. How is the translation of their languages arranged with the birds? That's his translation. I'm going to give you mine and then run through them. Okay, I did want to give you that, but I'm going to give you mine and then run through them. How do the birds remember the translation of their languages? How do I tell the turtle that I am slower than he? And how do I ask the flea for his championship stats? Or tell the carnations that I am grateful for their fragrance? Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I am grateful for you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day where you are grateful for the fragrances of the world, the chirpings and sounds of the birds and the languages of the birds, the slowness of the turtle. I hope you are grateful for all these things, for they can all bring great pleasure to us humans, especially in a time like this, where we are told to stay home, where we can stay home and be grateful that flowers bloom. I will see you tomorrow.